Fans, we have a question that we ask to find the derivative of root x plus 1 over root x and minus 3. So let's write the solution down. So we have root x plus 1 over root x minus 3. Now in this case now, this is likely what on law of indices are going to be applying here. Now if we have something like a raised to the power of 1 over 2 now, right? Let me see, we have something like a raised to the power of n over b. This n simply means power, while b means what? It means root, right? So it means that we're going to be having root b. This b is what is root. That's root b. Then a raised power which power of what? N. So it means that that's what we're going to be applying to what? To this expression here. Okay. So let's take it out now. So I'm going to be having what? I'm going to have s raised to the power of what? This square root means it means what? It means fraction. That is 1 over 2. The 2 is what? Is square root. Okay, why the 1 is what? Is power of what? Of x. But because it is 1, no need to what? To put 1 there. Okay. So now y plus. Now when you get to this place now this one simply means what? The inverse. Okay. Let's say that we have something like, for example, we have something like s is power of minus 1 over 3 now, for example. Okay. This minus here is what? Is an inverse of what? Of this x. That is 1 over what? X. Then always power of what now? This power of what? 1 over what? Over 3. The power here is for what? Is for x. It is not for minus. Okay. Now minus, this x power minus means what? Inverse of x. And what is inverse of x? Means 1 over x. Okay. And also if you ask that what is inverse of b? It means what? 1 over what? Over b. Do you get that now? So that is it. So let's take the other part. So I'm going to be having what here now? Let's simplify this one first. As 1 all over s raised to the power of what? 1 over 2. That's what this square root simply means. Now don't forget I told you guys that 1 over means what? That means s raised to the power of minus 1 means inverse of what? X, which is 1 over x. Right? So it simply means that what gives us 1 over is what? Is the inverse of what? Is the inverse of x that gives us what? 1 over. Let's put minus 3 that is here out. So we have s raised to the power of 1 over 2 plus, so I'll give us s raised to the power of what? Minus 1 over what? 2. Then we have minus 3. Minus here means inverse of x, which is 1 over what? Or what you have in this place. That's what they call the inverse. Then minus 3. So now, let's know what now. You cannot differentiate what you have in this place. That will be the y over what? Over the x equals to, multiply this 1 over 2 by the what? By the old terms here, which is 1 over 2 times s raised to the power of 1 over 2. Then what? You're going to reduce the power by what? By 1, which is minus 1. Then plus this minus 1 over 2 again, multiply all the old terms in this place. Multiply all what we have in this place, this one. Okay, that's what we are doing. That is minus 1 over 2 times what? S is power of what? Minus 1 over 2. Then don't forget to put your what? Minus 1. Then minus this 3, you go to the what? It's going to decrease to what? To 0 because it's constant terms. It does not have any letter to become 0. We have 0 in this place. Now the next step is what now? We're going to be having the y dx equals to 1 over 2 times x give us 1 over 2x. When you add 1 over 2 minus 1, that will give us what? Minus 1 over 2. Do you know how to do that? Let me show you. 1 over 2 minus 1. Just put over 1 here to balance what? The fraction. The sum of 2 and 1 is what? Is 2. 2 into 2 is what? Is 1. Then this one will give us 1 minus 1 into 2 is what? Is 2. And this one will give us what? Under 2. That will give us minus 1 over what? Over 2. Like it, Abi? I like it. So now let's go again. So we have minus 1 over 2 here. So I'll give us minus 1 over 2. Then this time this will give us what? This plus and minus give us what? Minus. So now the next one is we have 1 over 2 again. Then s is power of what? When you have minus 1 over 2 minus 1, that will give us what? Minus 3 over what? Over 2. Should I show you that one again? I will show you. Now let me show you. Minus 1 over 2 minus 1. We have over 1 here. Sum of 2 and 1 is what? Is still 2. 2 into 2 is what? 1. Times this one will give us minus 1. Minus this minus bring it down. 1 into 2 is 2. Times this one will give us what? 2. That will give us minus 3 over what? Over 2. So this one will give us minus 3 over what? Over 2. So the next procedure is what now? Is to take common factors. So now we have the y dx, the y over dx equals to 1 over 2 s raised to the power of minus 1 over 2 Then minus 1 over 2x is power of what again? Minus 3 over 2. Minus 3 over 2. Right? Now what do you have in common there now? We have 1 over 2 as common factor. So we have the y over the s equals to 1 over 2 is here, 1 over 2 is here. Take it out. Then bracket x to the power of minus 1 over 2 minus what? X to the power of what? Minus 3 over 2. That's the final what? Final answer. So don't forget to like my video, share and what? And comment. Thank you.